Good morning all. Now I would like to welcome you to my class. And dear students, today we are going to do a poem that is entitled The Chimney Sweeper. Right? Chimney Sweeper. What do you understand by chimney? What's the meaning of sweeper? Do you understand the meaning of the title? Okay, we will be talking about that later, right? So let me just talk about the poet. Okay, he is the poet. Can you guess the name of the poet? His name is William Blake. William Blake is the poet of this poem. Or we can say William Blake has composed this poem. Who is William Blake? William Blake is a romantic poet. He was born in London in 1757 and he died in 1827. So this is about William Blake. The poet is mainly famous for his poems and paintings. He has written many poems and he has also made lots of paintings. So that's why he's not only a very poet, he's a very good painter too. This poem is taken from his collection of the poems, Songs of Innocence. So he has many poems in this very book. You see the picture. Can you see the picture? Who can you see in the picture? Most probably what do you guess? Could you please guess? Okay, most probably the boys, right? You can see the boys there. Do you find these boys very happy? Probably not. They don't look happy. Do you find that these boys are from very well-off family, a rich family? I don't find so too. And I also think you don't find. Okay, are they the school-going children? What do you think? May not be. If they were the school-going children, they would have the bags, they would have the books with them, right? We don't see in the picture, they have any books and bags. And we have already discussed, they don't seem to be from the rich family. What do they look like? They look like the chimney sweeper, right? These boys are the chimney sweeper. Now, what kind of question is asked? Just by looking at the title, by looking at the name of the poet, you can be asked these questions in your examination, or you can practice this. What is the title of the poem? The title of the poem is Chimney Sweeper. Okay? Or in short, you can simply say, it is the chimney sweeper. It's not necessary that you need to write the title of the poem. You can simply write, in place of the title of the poem, you can write it. It is the chimney sweeper. Or the same question can be asked in another way. And most of the students, get puzzled here, right? What is the poem entitled? So you can simply write, the poem is entitled The Chimney Sweeper. Or you can also write, it is entitled The Chimney Sweeper. And similarly, the similar kind of question, which is very easy question, who has composed the poem? So in place of who, you can simply write the name of the poet. William Blake has composed the poem. Now you can listen to the poem. I am going to play a video and you please listen to the poem, and we'll be discussing what the poem is about. When my mother died, I was very young, and my father sold me while at my tongue could scarcely cry, whip, 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 whip. So your chimneys I sweep, and in soot I sleep. There is little Tom Decker, who cried when his head, that called like a lamb's back, was shaved. So I said, hush, Tom, never mind it, for when your head is bare, you know that soot cannot spoil your white hair. And so he was quiet, and that very night, as Tom was sleeping, he had such a sight that thousands of sleepers, Dick, Joe, Ned, Jack, were all of them locked up in coffin of black. And by came an angel who had a bright key, and he opened the coffins and set them all free. Then down a green plain, leaping, laughing thereon, and washed in a river shine in the sun. Then naked and white, all their bags left behind, they rise upon clouds and sport in the wind. And the angel told Tom, if he would be a good boy, he would have God for his father and never want joy. And so Tom awoke. He was seeing the dream. He was very happy in his dream. Now, Tom got out of his dream. There is no more dream. He rose in the dark. Everywhere it was dark when he got up after the dream. And he saw his bags. And he got with the bags. He got with the brushes to walk. The morning was cold. Tom was happy and warm. So if all do their duty, they need not fear harm. So this poem also talks about child labor. Do you think the children should go to the chimney and work there for money or for their living? We don't think so, right? Because the children should go to school instead of going to the chimney for their living. So this poem also talks about child labor. This is wish for the better future. Children, they want to have a very comfortable life. They want to have their mother's love. They want to have their father's care. But these children in the poem do not get any love from mother, do not get any care from father. They have to walk somewhere for their living. They do not get any opportunity to go to school. And they see the dream. They want the better future. Actually, they don't want to walk in the chimney. And there we can also talk about the children's innocence in the poem, right? So these are the main ideas that we discuss in the poem. Okay, now let me read the first stanza. When my mother died, I was very young, and my father sold me while at my tongue could scarcely cry, whip, 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 whip. So your chimneys I sweep, and in soot I sleep. See, there you can see there is a child. Okay, the child is the speaker. The child is a chimney sweeper. He's not going to school. He's going to the chimney. Okay, before we describe the lines, let's talk about the word meanings. Because sometimes when you read the lines, you may find the difficult words and you may not understand what the lines mean. Okay, so what are the difficult words you feel? Maybe chimney. What is chimney? Chimney is a pipe to let the smoke out. We have chimney in our kitchen. In many big factories, there are also chimneys to let the smoke out. So the children are working in the factories. They are sweeping the chimneys, right? Scarcely, hardly. Sweep means clean. I sweep the chimneys means I clean the chimneys. Soot means black powder. When there is smoke, you find the black powder. This black powder is very dirty, and they go out of the chimney, or the children should be sleeping, or they are sleeping in the very dirty place, it means, right? What's the description of the poem? So there is a child whose mother died when he was very small. The speaker's mother died when he was very small. He did not get his mother's love. His father also sold him into the chimney sweeping business. His father also did not care about him. He is helpless. And what happened? He went to the chimney sweeping business when he could not speak very well and he used to cry. He was not very happy. So he used to sweep the chimney. He used to sleep in the very dirty place. So this is the very difficult situation the child has experienced. He did not get his mother's love. He did not get his father's care. And he had to go for the work for his living. He did not go to school. So here we talk about the child labor too. So the children need care. They need love instead of work for the living. Okay, let's go to the second stanza. There is little Tom Decker who cried when his head that called like a lamb's back was shaved. So I said, hush, Tom, never mind it, for when your head is bare, you know that soot cannot spoil your white hair. Look, the speaker is talking about his fellow chimney sweeper, whose name is Tom. Tom is also very little like speaker. He also works in the chimney. He cried. He had a curly hair. That curl like a lamb's back means his hair was curly, like the lamb's fur, lamb's hair. You must have seen the lamb's hair, right? Lamb's hair. Is lamb's hair straight? Lamb's hair is not straight. It's curly. It's curved. So just like that, he also had the curly hair. When that curly hair was shaved, he started crying because he did not like that. But the speaker comforted Tom. Be quiet. Don't mind. Now your hair is uncovered, without hair. You need to be happy because the dirty soot is not going to spoil your white hair. So it's better having the bare head. Please don't worry about that. This does not have a straight meaning, but simply the speaker is comforting Tom. And having Tom's head shaved, the speaker is also not very happy, but he is simply comforting and coping with the difficult situation. Now let's talk about the words. What is the meaning of called? Called means calved. Lamb is young one of the sheep. Sheep's young, right? Child of the sheep. Just we say child of the people. Hush means keep quiet. This is the expression. Shaved means cut the hair off. We shave our hair when we have different ceremonies, right? Bare means not clothed, uncovered. Having nothing. Having nothing on the head. Head is bare. So this is what is meant by this line. So the speaker is talking about Tom's situation. Now let's move on to the next one. And so he was quiet, and that very night, as Tom was sleeping, he had such a sight that thousands of sleepers, Dick, Joe, Ned, Jack, were all of them locked up in coffin of black. See, do you find any words difficult here? Okay, do you find the word quiet? Quiet means silent, not talking, not making a noise. That is what we say, quiet. All the students are quiet. They are silent. They are not talking. Sight means view, or just we say dream. Locked up means kept inside. So when you are kept inside the room, you are locked up inside the room, right? Locked up. The children are locked up in the coffins. What is coffin? Coffin is a box. Coffin is a box in which dead body is cremated. Dead body is kept. When the people die, they are kept in the coffin. So what do these lines mean? These lines mean that Tom was very silent. he was quiet after the speaker comforted him. "Don't worry," the speaker said. He became silent. He became quiet. That night he saw a dream. In his dream, what does he see? Okay, what did he see? He saw thousands of sweepers. Some of his friends like Dick, Joe, Ned, Jack, they were all the friends who were closed up in the black coffins. So in these lines, the speaker is talking about the difficult life they are experiencing. In our dream, we see the things that we really experience in our life. In our dream, we see the things that we expect to have in future. So here the speaker sees the things, the activities that he is experiencing in his life. These lines mean that his life is not very good. His life is not very comfortable. He is not happy with his life. That's why he says black coffin. That means he is not comfortable. Okay, now you see the 4 different lines there. And by came an angel who had a bright key, and he opened the coffins and set them all free. Then down a green plain, leaping, laughing they run, and was in a river shine in the sun. Look at this. Do you find any words difficult there? Okay, what do you mean by angel? Angel is messenger of God. Angel is someone who is very good, who is very kind, who is helpful. Okay? Leap means jump. Shine, give out bright light. The stars are shining. So now in the dream, the speakers, look, you see, Tom sees the angel. Tom sees the angel coming down with a bright key. In the dream, Tom sees the dream in which, Tom sees the dream in which he finds all his sweepers, fellow sweepers, closed up in the black coffin. Now again he sees one angel coming down with a bright key to open up the coffin. It shows a kind of hope, rays of hope in him. He wished to be free, right? So he wants freedom. He is not happy with the present life and he wishes to have a very free life. That's why he sees this kind of dream. Okay? So when the angel opened the coffin and they were set free, they became happy. They energetically came down, ran in the green plain. They leapt, they jumped, they laughed, they ran, they went to the river. They swam in the river, they washed their body in the river, and they were shining. They were looking white, shining in the sun. Now the soot they had in their body are all washed off. They have become clean. They have become neat. So this is the hope for the life. This is what Tom hopes in future, right? So here Tom wants to have a very comfortable life, but he is not actually having now. Now let's see. The naked and white, all their bags left behind, they rise upon clouds and sport in the wind. And the angel told Tom, if he would be a good boy, he would have God for his father and never want joy. Any words difficult? Naked, unclothed, without clothes. We are born naked, right? When we jump into the river, we jump into the river naked, without clothes. The children also were naked. Rise, they move higher, that is moving higher. Sport means play. Joy means happiness. And what do these lines mean? The children were very free, they were happy, they were running, they were swimming in the river, they were shining in the sun, they walked naked, they became white, they forget their bags. Might be in their bags there might be clothes, in their bags there might be tools. They felt that, oh, now we are free, we are not going to walk in the chimney, that's why we do not need any tools in the bag. They may have left the bags behind like that. Or in happiness they might have forgotten their bag full of clothes. Okay, so they rise up on the clouds, they played in the wind, they were very happy. And the angel told Tom, okay Tom, be happy, you must be a very good boy. Okay, then only you will get God for your father. Your father left you, your father did not care you, your father sent you to the chimney. Now you have lost your father. Now you will have God for your father, and then you will always get the joy in your life. This is the description of the lines. Now coming to the last stanza. And so Tom awoke. He was seeing the dream. He was very happy in his dream. Now Tom got out of his dream. There is no more dream. He rose in the dark. Everywhere it was dark when he got up after the dream. And he saw his bags. And he got with the bags. He got with the brushes to walk. The morning was cold, Tom was happy and warm, so if all do their duty, they need not fear harm. See, the words awoke means got up, fear, be afraid of. So the Tom got up, he lost his dream, he came into the reality, again the same life, and he felt that, oh my God, I did not get that life I saw in the dream. Now I need to work harder. So it's already morning, it's very cold morning, but he was very happy, he was feeling very calm. And what did he do? He started still again walking. And the last line gives us the message. Look, you see, if all do their duty, they need not fear harm. We may have difficult life, but we need to keep walking and walking, doing our work. Then no one can ignore us. We should not fear anybody. We should not be worried about. Okay? So if we are dutiful, if we are responsible, we should not be worried. We should not be afraid of anyone. So this is the message of the poem. Right? So we finished the poem. I just guess you understood the points I just discussed in the poem. Now we are going to the exercise. In your book, you can see the vocabulary exercise there. If you see your book down on the page, you see the vocabulary exercise. These are the definitions given there. You have to provide the single word. And while discussing the poem also, we have already discussed the meaning of these definitions. Okay, meaning of the words. Okay, see, a pipe or a structure through which smoke comes out, right? This is chimney. Okay. Black powder in smoke, wood or coal. What is this? You can easily guess that is soot. Make secure by locking the doors or windows. That is lock up. Okay. In the poem you can find locked up, but here you can see make. Make is in present form. That's why you need to write the answer in present form. So you write lock up. Naked, uncovered is bare. Head is uncovered. When we don't wear any clothes, our body is uncovered. We are naked. Box in which dead body is buried or cremated. What's the word? The word is coffin. And lastly, a divine or supernatural messenger from deity. So here the word is angel. So angel is messenger of God. In this poem, angel means a good person, very kind-hearted person. Now let's move to the questions. The same question we discussed in the beginning of the poem. Who composed the poem? You already know. William Blake composed the poem. Why did the speaker cry? Why did the speaker cry? You can find the answer in the beginning of the poem, in the first stanza of the poem. Why did he cry? Do you write he cry or he cried? You write he cried because there is did. Okay, he cried, you write in the past form. He cried because his father sold him into the chimney sweeping business. You can also write he cried because his mother died and his father did not give him love and care, or like that. What does the expression that called like a lamb's back means? Called like a lamb's back means curly hair of Tom. Okay, because Tom's hair was curly. How did the angel open the black coffins? How did the angel open the black coffins? What did she have? What did he have? He had a bright key, you know. So the angel opened, because there is did, right? The angel opened them with a bright key. And these are other questions that you can just do for your further practice from your book. You can also see the answers, and if you have any difficulty you can contact us later. Okay, this is much for today. Thank you very much.